The moving process was ridiculous, outlandish, despicable if you may. Unfortunately, we weren't driving and the people we knew that did were too busy or whatever. But one thing about me, I only depend on those I trust anyway. I will only call you if I respect your character and feel I could trust you at my lowest points. Opposed to that, I got this and I'm motivating others of their strength along the way. So with that being said, come on tough tits, let's roll. We had already mapped out our commute. That wasn't the problem. It was the goddamn luggage. Oh my gosh. We didn't care what it took though. We agreed and did make it a one-day process. I took my stuff from Queens to the BX where we met to get the rest of the stuff out of storage like the AC and other knickknacks we couldn't take with us. Plus, we needed the shopping cart badly. From there, we went to get her stuff, which was like borderline Brooklyn, Manhattan, like I told y'all. We stopped and got a speaker and an air mattress so fast too, played no games. From there, we took a cab to 34th and Penn Station and literally lugged all that shit on a Jersey Transit train. Y'all, that whole situation was tiring and crazy. But I'm glad we did it because it was another experience that proved and encouraged strength, discipline, and confidence. There's literally nothing that you can't do if you put your mind before the matter. The apartment was nice too. We just couldn't stand the building itself. After getting familiar with the area, we appreciated the shift and did whatever we could to make it a home. Her mom helped as well. Plus, a few months later, I got my baby Butter back, and I was ecstatic because I missed her so much. The crazy part was, Bonkers was scared of dogs, even the little one. But her little self grew on her since she wasn't an ankle biter like she presumed, you know? From hitting up their restaurants though, like Dinosaur BBQ on V-Day, to their Irish pubs by Market Street, and more with our big selves, times were had. We still had a list of to-dos in New York too, so I took her to iPick for her B-Day, and no lie, that's still one of my favorite places to date, for real.
Hi, can I have 2 sex on the beaches? Okay. And 4 eat my drinks. Gotcha. And what movie would you like to see with that? That movie starring me. Can I get your number with that too? No. But you do get a free gift card to come back to the theater to see me after this. What kind of gift after this one? I get to come see you. After the movie? Then I can come see you? So after that movie starring you, I get to come see you? You get to come back to see me. Then where do we go after that? Then after that, we'll go to the Rock Canyon, of course. And at the Rock Canyon, then where we go to the exit door. This is like that's where you're walking me to. This is our whole thing. Okay. Where you see some of our coworkers and me. Oh, okay. Let me see you. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Now we don't see nothing no more.
We may not have always agreed on everything, but one thing we could was a good brunch, lunch, or dinner date. I used to have Butter spoil you too. That whole strip where we lived, they knew my butter butt, baby. I had even found my new and favorite nail salon, and they would let her come too. They offered free waters, coffee, teas, and sangria. My baby would literally get her own waters, and she used to just chill and sit there all dainty like. She would pop out in her cute dresses, her galoshes, and raincoats. Lil' Mama's had 3 beds too. I would let her pick her own outfits and treats at PetSmart. She was very much spoiled and bougie. I actually only saw her like one other dog ever. She read energy thoroughly. That's my girl. I would despise leaving her for work. I wanted to put her in my bag and take her with me every time. We eventually got accustomed to commutes to work, but I was annoyed with that for a while too because we would have to take the bus to Jersey Transit, take that downtown New York, then I would take another 2 trains to get to my job in Brooklyn. I'm not gonna lie, that job did not appreciate me enough. Well, the higher-ups at least. The co-workers were cool. We did what we had to do, and I never minded covering shifts because I wanted and needed the extra bread anyway, of course. I had one co-worker who was an older woman that I liked a lot too. To be honest, she was inspiring, and I told myself that I gotta get like her and be that established when I get older, but also become an entrepreneur because she was probably in her mid to late 50s, and by then, she deserved to have her feet up enjoying her fruits instead of working for those ingrates the way we did. I can't lie, the tenants made my days too. They knew they could come to me to get things done. They could come to me for anything, for protection, and the kiddies used to always stop by and talk my head off and bring me gifts before and after school. That was so cute. That was literally some of the highlights of not only my time there, but my life. There was one woman with a very undeserved and heartbreaking story too, which had clearly affected one of her children deeply. And she was very young, so that hurt me even more to see. She had to be about 5 or so and wouldn't speak to anyone. She always looked sad. You could tell there was some heavy thoughts on her young and innocent mind, man. It broke me to see that. I would make it my business to try and make her smile at least once before they left for the day because how you start your day truly matters, and I hate to see people sad, especially those that can't defend themselves. For a good while, she wasn't jacking it at all. Same sad face for months. One day, they came downstairs, and little mama's done reached for the latch on the counter swing door, opened it, and came behind the desk to give me the biggest hug. Y'all, me, her mom, and my coworker looked so shocked. We couldn't believe it. Hope was restored at that time, and it took all of me to hold in my tears. Man, it was so overwhelming, but I was so grateful. I will never forget that moment, them, and the fact that I had then realized I spent so much time trying to heal others of their pain, I didn't recognize how much I needed that hug too. I was eventually back in a space where I wasn't emotionally safe and was beginning to lose that glow again, arguing at home, working to avoid it, forced smiles, you know. But if you don't, I'm glad for you. I had also began going to spend a night or even a couple of days at my mom's. I would visit, but I wouldn't always stay the nights. So I believe that that was her silent indicator that something was definitely off with me, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. I'm sure she knew. Mothers know. Just being there was such a relief around this time. I had a tendency to show love, sometimes being overly protective because it was what I wanted and felt I was missing, but I'm glad to know it has been and or is helpful to others, especially the youth and the elders. I had allowed my intimate life to become a thief of my joy for a good while and didn't realize the detriment to my livelihood that it had until the experiences I began to have, especially at work. My job was extremely short-staffed. I would consistently be told, along with some of my coworkers, how grateful they were for us to be there, and eventually would be put in another position that proved just how much the higher-ups truly did need us. It was all by design, I tell you, no matter how they want to play it. The sewage system was so bad that one night the water decided to come up the toilet in the back office and flooded the entire lobby. Y'all, it was so crazy. We were basically human plungers at this point. There was poop water and even pads everywhere floating around, and we for damn sure was not prepared. We ain't come in there with no galoshes. It was getting all in our sneakers on our feet. Oh my God, I felt so disgusted. We called the directors, no answers, and when we did get one, they didn't come in until their actual shift started, asking what happened. The way I wanted to knock that old, ungrateful, grunt-faced, disrespectful mother cunt upside her head, oh my goodness, I couldn't stand her. We were in there with wet vacs, mops, even sweeping the water out the back door into the yard, which was so unsanitary because that's where the children would go play in their little park. But we had to do what was necessary because our clients and their children had to maneuver through that to get to work if we didn't. And they also had to take their kids to school, and we weren't about to allow that or sit in that. After some time, due to burnout and extensive commutes, my attendance became an issue, so they let me go after letting me go all the way there for my shift. Y'all could have told me, and I would have come in to sign that paper when I was good and ready for real. I was sad to leave the people I had grown to love, and that had grown to love me. But now I had to go, and another journey awaited me.